Hey everybody, this is Christina. Welcome to our team call tonight. It is April 17th. Unbelievable that I think almost everyone has spring break behind them. We have Easter behind us. We have Punta Cana ahead of us, whoever is heading to Punta Cana in the next week or so. It's like such an exciting time in our business. And I know that coming off of like spring break and Easter festivities and all the kid activities, it's kind of hard to get back into the groove of building your business. But today we're going to do just that. We're going to shake it off. Everybody shake it off, and we are going to get back to work doing our thing, helping people live healthy and fulfilling lives, because it is an amazing time in our business. But before I get into a little presentation that I wanted to do for you guys, some of you may have seen it already because you were at Super Saturday in Miami, but I wanted to do it for the rest of our team who was not at Super Saturday in Miami, and also kind of point to some new information that was just released from Beachbody. Kim Carver, if you don't know who he is, he's our senior, I don't know his title exactly, but he's a field development and training. He just came out with a new invitation guide, and I wanted to introduce it to you guys on the call so that you then have it in your arsenal. So when you are not only growing your business, but as you sponsor coaches into your team, you have access to this document. I went through it. It's really good. We're actually going to scroll through it on the call so that you understand what a nice tool this is that Kim Carver has put together for us. So before we get into all that, let's handle some of the announcements. Number one, everybody knows that this month our promotion pack is the All Access Pack for $160. And if you hit Success Club, you get what? What is it, everybody? The backpack, the freaking cool backpack. I'm a sucker for all that stuff. Like, I want everything, right? If it's the bag, if it's a t-shirt, if it's a this, I want it, right? So I'm going to work hard on my business and I'm going to get that backpack. But let me tell you, it is really nice. Above all the promotions that we've had for a while now, I think this one is the most epic one, because you're going to be traveling. Maybe your kids will even use it, and it's all product placement, right? You're going to be holding it in your bag. It says Team Beachbody. It's an awesome, awesome, awesome promotion. So raise your hand if you've earned your backpack. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you will earn your backpack. Yes. Okay. You guys, it's super important. So we're having fun in my team page. Every time someone earns a backpack, they have to post in the team page, I earned my backpack, hashtag with the little backpack symbol. It's like really cute. So have fun with this. Get your coaches involved with trying to earn that thing. Let's make Carl Deichler spend $1 gazillion in getting us those backpacks. Can we all agree that we are going to do that? Yeah. It is April 17th. We have a lot of stuff ahead of us, a lot of days ahead of us left in April. So I know for a fact that you can do this. On top of the backpack, if you hit Success Club 5 or greater, you get an invitation to a group that Liz Harty and I and Becky are putting together for the month of May called Fearless Recruiting, right? We're going to take the fear out of recruiting. We're going to get your butts moving in building your own teams, in leading your own teams. We're going to have some really cool, like, prizes for you. We're in the works of what prizes we're going to have, but they're going to be fun. We're going to give you tools. We're going to give Liz's scripts, our scripts. We're going to combine them. We're going to throw another sneak peek event as part of this group so you can invite prospects to it. We might even push you a little bit to do some on your own. But you guys, it's what this business is about, right? You've heard me say it over and over and over again. Success Club gives you a business. Success Club is what brings customers to you, right? You earn Success Club because you help 3 or more people every month. Growing a team, sponsoring coaches gives you a booming and growing healthy business, right? And it's not just advancing in rank, it's having this cadence of sponsoring some coaches into your team every single month that you'll see, whether it's fast or slow, your income's going to start going higher and higher and higher. And it's not going to be so dependent on your retail, right? So the point of all this, you guys, whether you're a brand new coach or a more experienced coach, have been in the business for a while, is you want your income to flip from retail to team cycle bonus. And the way that happens is by growing your team. It's that, you go on vacation and you still get a paycheck, right? That's team cycle bonus. If you're not retailing while on vacation, then your paychecks might not be where it is if you were here all the time. Does that make sense? So you want your business to kind of shift from a retail-based business, which that's what a new coach does, right? We retail. But as you get more mature in the business, you want that to flip. And that comes from sponsoring coaches, from growing your team. So again, SC5 or higher gets you into Fearless Recruiting for the month of May. You guys also know that this is a year-long thing with the Elite Mastermind. Once you hit Diamond and above, and you have one coach in Success Club, you also get invited into the Elite Mastermind group, which if you guys are in it right now, it is absolutely amazing. So it's also an added incentive for you to grow your business. Third announcement, the Diesel Nation Luncheon at Summit, right? These are for coaches that are going to Summit. We announced that in order to get your free ticket to our Diesel Nation Luncheon, which is always a highlight of Summit, is to be a team builder or higher. If you are a team builder or higher, you get a free ticket, and you also get the opportunity to purchase a ticket for a spouse, a guest, a coach, whoever you want to bring, for a very nominal amount. All right, so team builders and higher, so team builder, team leader, organization leaders, and executive leaders will have first dibs at those tickets plus one guest spot. We are capped at 300. I fully expect that we will be pushing. People are going to be knocking on the door to get in. So you guys have plenty of time to work towards Team Builder. If you don't know what Team Builder is, it's part of the leadership ladder. Go into your COO, go into the news and training, and there's a whole presentation on the leadership ladder. Basically, Team Builder is Emerald with a week-leg volume on a monthly basis of, I believe it's 200 PV, and you have one coach. I might be saying this wrong, you guys. 2 coaches with Success Club points. I think it's 2 coaches with SC1 or higher. So it's right there for so many of you. And of course, once you bump up from team builder to team leader, now we're talking a significant income coming from this business opportunity. And that's where you want to head, right? You want to have that forward vision in the leadership ladder, because the leadership ladder is that one tool that not only brings rank into the picture, but it brings, more importantly, income into the picture. Okay, so you guys, team builders and up, you guys know that. If you're not in the Summit page, make sure you get in the Summit page so that we can always stay in communication about the biggest event of the year that's coming up. Fourth announcement, Punta Cana is coming, and while some of you will, or a lot of you will be there, a lot of you won't be there. And I want you to understand that yes, we want everyone on these trips. So next year, I want everybody to get on that wait list, get to Riviera Maya. Both sets of people have the ability to leverage this trip to their advantage. Okay, let me say that again. Whether you're there or not, you both sets, whether you go or not go, have the ability to leverage this trip to your advantage. Okay, let's talk about the coaches that are going for a second. If you are going to Punta Cana, remember that while we are having so much fun, we are working out with the trainers, we are bonding, we are having our drinks by the pool, we're doing all that stuff. It is very, very, very useful that you share this on social media, because trips are very attractive to your audience. Amy is on this call, Arlene, all came on board after a trip. Okay, Amy came on board right after Summit, after watching Becky on stage with Tony Horton. Arlene came on board after one of the cruises that I went on. So you guys have to share the excitement of being on these trips. Remember that so many people, they don't get the opportunity to do the things that we do, or dream about the things that we do, or even have hope that one day they can do the things that we do. So you want to showcase that, not in a braggy, look at me kind of way, but in a, you guys, you can be here too kind of way. So whether that's going live during the workouts, which is awesome to do, make sure you get your selfie stick stand so you can put it up. I did that a lot in leadership. You're going live by the pool, of course, not while we're taking shots of Fireball, but while we're doing team things, showcasing that this is an awesome opportunity and that you can work towards being there next year, so on and so forth, okay? So those of you that going, you have the ability to showcase this company in such an amazing way while you're at Punta Cana. Don't squander that opportunity, okay? Make sure you're working your power hour or in the morning, getting your challenger set up, selling those challenge packs if you still haven't hit Success Club, and have a blast. But make sure that you remember, this is a lot of this business is attraction marketing. So that's your job while you're at Punta Cana. Now, if you're not going to Punta Cana, you get to get all the excitement that we're going to feed to you guys on social media. And while I'm sure you're going to be like, oh, I want to be there, just like my first summit, you guys, that I didn't go because I still didn't understand this whole thing. And Becky was like, I want to go. And I'm like, no, we're not going to go. But I sat at my desk at work, like crying, like kicking myself in the butt because we didn't make the decision to go to Summit that year. And guess what? It was the coaches that were there that were just feeding me with this passion, with this, infusing me with belief of the company. And that's when, decisions was made. Like we bought, you know how they announced at Summit, buy your ticket for next year. Like Becky and I were at work buying our ticket for Summit because of the excitement that we were getting from the people there. So you guys watch what's happening and then cast your vision. The ones that aren't going to Punta Cana, cast your vision for working towards the trip next year or working towards Summit, saying, man, how awesome that I'm going to have this opportunity to work towards this, first class trip to Riviera Maya or so on and so forth. Use the excitement, use the opportunity to be able to go on a trip like this to your advantage, even though you aren't there. Okay, I remember posting like, decision made, I'm going to Summit next year in Las Vegas, and people were watching this, like it's making a commitment. And remember how I preach, and I'll talk about it in a second, but trust is such an important component of this business. If you're telling your audience that you're committed to this so much that you're going to invest time, money, and effort into going on a trip a year from now, they're going to start paying attention to what you're doing. And remember, everybody is always watching. Okay, so leverage this trip, whether you're going or not. Number 5, before I get into my very short presentation to you guys, is leveraging the impending international launch. Now, some ground rules before I get into how to do that. You cannot speculate as to where we're going. Okay, so this is just international launch 101. You cannot speculate as to where you're going. So you can't hashtag and put a country's name behind it. Even if you might think that's where we're going, you cannot do that, okay? You can't target people in your ads to said country, okay? And I'm not gonna even mention the country, but what you can do is breadcrumb, right? Have you seen coaches breadcrumbing the international launch? I did it, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday. I saw Morgan, she copied my post, which you guys know I'm totally cool with that. Spin it, make it your own. But what we're doing is think about, and I'm sure you've seen some top coaches do it. In fact, I've done it a few times as I open business centers. You know that concept of the golden egg opportunity, right? Where you're about to open a business center. So you talk about opening it so the coach is underneath. And this is kind of a quirky conversation to have on a call like this. But what I'm trying to say is the international launch is a big deal for those that get into the business now, before the launch happens. Why? Because when the launch happens and we get an influx of coaches from another team, guess what that does? That builds a downline, right? It builds someone's strong leg. So while some of you might be brand new to this, some of you might have no idea what I'm talking about, just use the posts that have been going up, especially like one that I did recently about the time is now. You can use that same caption on your picture and talk about the importance of this international launch to a business. Like, think about it. Yes, there is still a lot of work to do in the United States, in your communities, in your network, but opening in another country brings a whole new dynamic to our business that's going to create success within our team. So use that to your advantage, okay? Just say international launch. Don't speculate as to where, and you'll see, you'll start getting people's attention. And then 6, on top of that, on Wednesday night, we're going to be hosting a coaching sneak peek, right? And this is going to be totally different from one we've done in the past. It's going to be a live event in a group where we're going to share success stories. We're going to cast the vision of this business. We're going to do it in a more relaxed, fun kind of way. So you guys, now is the time to start talking and inviting your challengers, posting about the whole, impending international launch, posting about the opportunity, indirectly inviting people boldly with confidence, saying, I think you would be a great coach. Will you listen on Wednesday night to some coaching success stories to see if it would fit with something that you might want to do? Be bold and ask people. Trust me that there are people waiting for you to ask them, right? I know a lot of times we get comfortable and we're like, I'll just let people come to me, whether it's for a challenge group or for the coaching opportunity. I will tell you that your business will shift 100% if you gain the courage to directly ask people, right? We have the scripts in our Diesel Nation resources in the document that Becky and I gave to you guys in January, how we convert customers to coaches. You guys utilize them, okay? So I'm hopeful that we are gonna pack the house on Wednesday night for this event. Can I get your commitment that you're gonna add at least 2 to 3 people to that event? Yes? You're going to go out there tonight and you're going to invite people. You're going to say, I think you can do this. No, you know what? I know you can do this. You have a lot of good in you. Let's go help some people. Let's build this team together and just go for it, guys. Just go for it. Just ask them, because, think about who you want on your team and just go out and ask them to join you. You will be surprised that one conversation, whether it's now or a year from now, will remain with them. If you empowered someone to think about joining by just telling them, I believe in you, I think you could be great at this. Trust me, that conversation will pay off, whether it's sooner or later. Okay, can we do it? Yes, we can do it. Okay, all right, let me show you real quick. I'm gonna do a quick screen share. You guys know I like to talk really freaking fast. Screen share. All right. Okay, this is the document that I wanted to show you guys. Clearly, I'm not going to go through 10 pages of this, but I want you to see it so that you understand its value, and then after the call, you'll read it and then use it as a tool to help your teams succeed, okay? It is all about the invitation process, all right? So I'm just going to scroll through it quickly. It's awesome. It talks about warm market, cold market, how everyone starts in their warm market and then has to eventually transition into the cold market, how you do that, how you invite, key inviting principles. I love how he says intent matters more than technique. I don't know why we have some feedback there. If you're not muted, can you mute yourself? Thank you guys. I'm gonna try to mute one more time. Mute all. Okay. So many times we get wrapped up into how we invite when all we really have to be is just human, right? Like Andrea Crowder said it perfectly at our Super Saturday. She's like, Are you human? Yes. So just have human conversations with people. Don't be a robot. Don't think that there has to be a perfect script that you have to follow. Just be a human and care about another human, and somehow fit our solution into their life's struggles, their life challenges. That's it. So this kind of reinforces that. I mean, you guys, this is awesome stuff. I really do hope that you guys get into this document and then use it to grow your business. This is not rocket science stuff. This is just about forming relationships. Here he goes through form and how you do that. Identifying a need and then leveraging on that lead. We talked about this when we went to Tony Robbins Leadership, how you have to get into people's pain points and then solve that pain, whatever it is. We can do it with this opportunity. So you guys, I'm like loving this document. I'm going to incorporate it into my new coach training guide. It has scripts. It has things that you say, things that how you say things can completely change the outcome of a conversation. So this is really, really good stuff. And I hope you guys take a look at that. It's 10 pages long. All right. So yes, you guys are going to see that. Okay, good. So everybody saw that. Now I'm going to go into my little presentation. You guys, I love a live chat. All right. Here we go. Oops. I don't know why I went back to this document. Move. There you are. All right. All right, guys. So I did this presentation at Super Saturday two weekends ago, and we're at a time in our business where it's almost more important that your mindset is right as opposed to your technique, right? Just like I just said about inviting, it's your intent versus your technique. This is the same concept. Mindset is, to me, 90% of this business. And I know that I am not the best teacher on how to invite. I'm not the best teacher on how to, talk to someone. I'm not the best teacher on the things, the skills, the things that we do day in, day out to grow your business. I'm more of a mindset person because in my opinion, and the way that I've grown this business is to remain steadfast in having a strong mindset, to remain steadfast in my personal development, to remain steadfast in growing my leadership skills to match the goals that I set for myself, right? If I can do that, if I can figure out how to be tough mentally, how I can have an abundant vision for my life, how I can infuse inspiration into the team, I think that carries to me a lot more weight than the hows to grow this business. I don't know if that makes any sense, but to me, in my head, the way that this business works, it does. So you guys definitely tell me if that makes sense to you. But so I created this presentation on what it means to go all in your business. And you'll see that while a lot of the things that I'll say towards the end are the hows and the whats, the gist of this presentation on going all in all has to do with your mindset. And can you guys mute? Sorry, someone's unmuted and I can't mute you for some reason. It's about toughening up your mindset. It's about having this abundant vision for your life, for your business, for everything. And then you fill in the time that you have to grow your business with the activities to grow it, but that you have that vision to really, really, really make an impact. So what does it mean to go all in your business? And I think it really comes down to this question is, are you interested or are you committed? Right? And I love this quote by Kenneth Blanchard. It says, there's a difference between interest and commitment. Hold on. I'm trying to move you guys' faces. I can't move you guys' faces. Oops, sorry. There's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. That is a critical question that you need to ask yourself, right? right now we are looking for new leaders. We are looking for people to step it up, to build teams, to grow their leadership, to grow their incomes, to have transformative experiences with this company. And you have to ask yourself, are you willing to go the distance? Are you willing to sacrifice? And when I use those words, are you committed? Are you going to sacrifice? This business doesn't require you to work 24 hours a day in order to have that. It requires solid, focused time in the time that you are allotted as a busy working mom, dad, whatever you are. Just that you're focused, you're committed to growing it, and that you will get the job done no matter what. If the answer to that is yes, I'm committed, then you will make it happen, because people that are committed, they don't stop. They become relentless in the pursuit of achieving goals, of hitting success, of sponsoring coaches. And when they sponsor coaches, they just don't let them flounder around. They get them on the phone, they mentor them, they help them be successful, because we know that this business does not work if all of us succeed. Right? We need, yes, we'll have discount coaches, and that's totally cool. But when someone comes in and says, Christina, I want to work this business, you better believe that I'm going to do my part in helping them be committed like me. Okay. So ask yourself this question. And I know it's totally like crazy, right? This business is crazy, because when you become a coach, you are probably in your head, your sponsor probably convinced you that you have time to do this, right? But when we become coaches, this is pretty much what we look like, right? We are insane. Whether this picture, whether you're a man or woman, doesn't matter. Our lives are crazy. We have kids, we have jobs, we have homework, we have groceries, we have laundry, we have cleaning the house, we have all these things that would prevent you from even getting off the ground in this business. Am I right? Can I nod heads? Like, everybody looks like this at the time they become a coach, whether you work a job or you're a stay-at-home parent. It doesn't matter. We live in a crazy, fast-moving world that requires our attention at every hour of the day. And most of us look like this, and maybe some of us look like this, right? Because it's impossible to keep up with all of life's demands. And so in the midst of all this insanity, not even sanity, insanity, you have the bright idea to become a Beachbody coach and open a business. You are crazy. Like everyone on this call, you are certifiably insane, that with all that you have going on in your life, with everything that is being thrown at you, whether it's your kids, your husband, your spouse, your job, everything, you think that right now is a great time to start a Beachbody business. So without a mindset, without a tough mindset, without being grounded in what you want and why you want it, what is the first thing that will go out the door when times get tough? It's probably going to be this business, right? Because you're not going to neglect your children. You're not going to neglect your spouse. You're not going to neglect your day job that right now is paying your bills. Am I right? However, I need you to realize something that is so critically important as you continue or embark in growing this business. Our opportunity, the Team Beachbody opportunity, is pretty much the answer to all of our life's challenges. If you're unhealthy, we can make you healthy. If you're unhappy, well, we can make you happy. If you haven't traveled in 5 years, well, we can help that too, right? We just talked about going to Punta Cana and going to Summit and doing all these cool things. If you're broke, we can fix that. If you're in debt, well, you can fix that too. So if this opportunity right now represents the answer to your life's challenges, you cannot treat it like the option. It is the solution. And so while life is crazy, you guys, becoming a coach, and I hope wholeheartedly that you can appreciate this, whether you're new or not new, it is simply a new way of life. You now have this incredible opportunity at your fingertips to change every challenge in your life through this opportunity, whether it's health, whether it's financial, whether it's community, whether it's confidence, whether any of those significance, recognition, whatever it is that you need in your life, this is the solution. All you have to do is embrace the fact that it is not a burden. It is simply a new way of life. I'm going to ask you to be on calls. I'm going to ask you to invite people. I'm going to ask you to have uncomfortable conversations. I'm going to ask you to stretch yourself, to get uncomfortable and do things that you probably never in a million years thought you would do. But all of it will pay off in the long run. So before I get into the actual things that you have to do to go all in every day in this business, there's prerequisites. There's prerequisites to this business that you need to focus on day in, day out. And you'll see that a lot of this stuff, it is just mindset stuff. It is not scripts. It is not what to say. It is not any tool, any training, any of that. It's none of that. Because if you can figure out 1 through 10 on this list, then the tools and the trainings and all that, you just figure that out, right? You just will figure it out. You'll learn how to do it. You'll invest the time in learning that. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to teach you that, when right now, if you were to Google how do you invite or how do you recruit, 85 million videos will pop up that teach you how to do that. What I need to do as the leader of Diesel Nation with my sister is to inject you with 1 through 10. Because when I inject you with 1 through 10, you will stay and you will make this the solution in your life. You will not treat it like an option, and you will be committed to this plan for your life, this new way of thinking, new way of living. Number 1, that you can articulate your why. I feel like I need to stand up to give this presentation because it fires me up. So many people don't understand why they are doing this business. And that's a critical mistake that we make. And I will tell you that in my years of doing this business, the times when I don't really, not quite sure why I'm doing it, I've already accomplished a goal and I'm fuzzy in the area of the why, my business suffers. But when I'm lockstep into that thing, that pain point that's making me want to get up out of bed, making me want to talk to people, making me want to post on social media and get uncomfortable and post really vulnerable things and share my story over and over and over again, it's because my why is crystal clear. And that has to be personal to you. It's got to be deep for you. You have to understand why you're doing this, whether it's to rid yourself of the burdens of financial crisis like I was when we started this business, or to whatever it is, to give your kids an opportunity that you never had. I don't know, but you have to know it, and you have to tap into that pain every single day. Number 2, you have to believe. And I have a million calls on belief because I do think it's an important topic. It is something that if without it, you're dead in the water. But the one thing that I want to address, and I talked about this at Super Saturday, and I saw a lot of tears in eyes when I said this, because I know it to be true. I know that you believe in this business, right? And I can't see everybody right now because I have the screen share, but like, raise your hand if you believe in this business. I'm sure like the whole call right now would raise their hand because I know you believe it. What is missing for the most part in many of you is that you don't believe it for yourself. You believe that I can be successful because you've seen me do it. You believe Becky can be successful because you've seen her do it. You believe success is available to many people in this business because you've seen them do it, but you don't believe you can be successful. And that's a gut check moment that each of you has to have with yourself, because this opportunity is available to you But if you don't believe it, then it will never, never come to you, ever. You have to believe that you can be successful, not just me. Number 3, you have to make a decision. Everything about this business is a decision, right? You decide to work, you decide to advance in rank, you decide to hit an income goal, you decide. You have to decide to be successful. Simple as that. Each and every single day, you have to make a decision to show up in your business. The people that gain momentum, the people that gain success and income growth and do all these things with their business have simply made a decision to make it happen, rain or shine, health or sick, having a baby, not having a baby, whatever it is, they're just going to make it happen. You know, Danielle McKean, perfect example. One of my PS coaches just had a baby. She hit Success Club, I want to say 10, and I know this for a fact, she sponsored a coach the day before her C-section and the day that her daughter was born. She has simply made a decision. She has simply made a decision that she's going to be successful. And so it doesn't matter, rain or shine, it doesn't matter. She's going all in because this business is her solution. It is her family's freedom, and she is going to make it happen. Number 4, you think big, right? You can't just set a goal to hit diamond. You can't. You can't just set a goal to hit elite. You can't, because when the sexiness of that passes, then this business gets repetitive, right? I call this business Groundhog Day. It's challenge group recruiting, day in, day out. But it's what causes momentum and growth of your income. You have to think bigger than that. You have to cast a vision for your life, one that makes all your wildest dreams come true. And while my wildest dreams can look one way, yours can look completely different. And it's all very personal, but you have to think bigger than a rank, than a goal that you set, than a thing, than a car. No, it has to be big. It has to involve freedom. It has to involve your family and this beautiful life that you want to set for yourself. Like, you got to think big. Number 5, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable, right? You can't just sit behind your computer screen and pray that people are going to ask you for help. No, you've got to get uncomfortable. You have to do live videos. You have to go out there and talk to people and build relationships and wear your shirts in public and smile at people and start conversations. And you have to be able to do that, because if this business can give you these wild dreams, right, for them to come true, then you got to suspect or expect that you're going to have to do things that make you a little bit uncomfortable, right? Like Becky and I speaking in front of 14,000 people last year at Summit, like uncomfortable, with Gary Vee and Shalene backstage listening to us speak, uncomfortable, but it was that opportunity that allowed both of us to grow exponentially. All right, so you have to get uncomfortable. Number 6 and 7 work together in the sense that you have to be relentlessly consistent, but you have to be patiently persistent. Consistency rules in this business. It rules, right? The people that are able to remain 100% steadfast in their consistency, whether it's in their workouts, or not whether, it's in all these areas, workouts, Shakeology, sharing on social media, inviting, growing your team by hosting sneak peeks and all this stuff, they are the ones that create success for themselves. But it's the ones that remain persistent are the ones that grow a little bit faster. I always use this example. Consistency might get you to SC4, right? Because if you post on social media, you'll have some people express interest. Maybe you have some follow-ups to do from a few months after or before, but it's persistency that makes you hit Success Club. It's persistency that helps you sponsor coaches into the business. All right. So you have to remain relentlessly consistent and also patiently persistent, because you guys, Rome was not built in a day, right? You don't get to a $50,000 a year income or a 6-figure income or a seven-figure income, a seven-figure a year income if you're not patient. And if you need a dose of patience, listen to Gary Vee's session at Summit last year. We're not patient. We want everything now. We want to hit Success Club 10 this month and have $1,000 in the bank account. Like, it just doesn't work that way. But if you can remain consistent and patient enough, you will see how the compound effect of this business works long term. Right? But if 1 month you're here, the next month you're gone, and then you're back, and then 1 month it's SC50, the next month is SC0, the compound effect won't work to your favor. Number 8, you have to rule your mindset. I think ad nauseum vomited this on you, but personal development is king. You have to be able to bounce back, but not only bounce back, you have to be able to create momentum in this business. And so you have to grow your personal development skills. All right. Mindset is awesome, is absolutely critically important. Number 9 and 10, you're a CEO and you lead, right? I mean, that's just, I know it's kind of weird because you become a coach and then all of a sudden I'm like telling you, hey, go lead, right? And you're like, wait, what are you talking about? I've never done that before in my life. Here's the thing. This is a people business, right? So while it is a business, we have to lead people, right? So you have to kind of step it up. Once you become a coach and you start bringing coaches onto your team, you have to lead them. So don't get stuck in reading, personal development books that just make you feel good, right? Like you're a badass. All that's good and dandy, but read books that are going to elevate your leadership too, right? That elevate the way you think as a CEO, as a boss, as a leader. Because in order for you to get to these big goals, like, so people always ask me, like, what did it take for you to go to 15-star? I said I needed to start acting like a 15-star when I was a 5-star. If I needed to get to 15-star, when I was a 5-star diamond, I needed to start thinking, acting, and doing what a 15-star diamond coach does. And you don't do that by reading simple books. All right, so what do we have to do, you guys? Mind, body, people. Now, these are the things, right? I told you at the beginning of this call that I'm not the best teacher, right? I'm not the best teacher, but I will tell you that this business is very simple. We tend to overcomplicate it with all these things, right? These graphics and the groups, and I know it's just a part of energy and all of that. But when it boils down to it in its simplest form, there's 3 things that you need to know. Mind, body, people. Mind, personal development, personal development, personal development. I think I've tattooed this now on your forehead, but instead of investing on things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, invest in your personal development. Go to a live session, go to a Tony Robbins event, go to see John Maxwell speak at a church. I mean, for crying out loud, even going to church can be personal development. It's free, right? So you have to invest in your personal development. I remember ad nauseum, when I first got into this business, I will see successful coach after successful coach after successful coach. They weren't even talking about recruiting or this, that, and the other. They said 2 things: personal development and Success Club. Personal development and Success Club. And I was like, all right, well, I guess that's the success formula. And at the end of the day, that's exactly what it is. Body. Now, everybody laughed at Super Saturday when I said this. I couldn't find a good quote for this, so I just made one up. Being proof the products work consistently is how you build and earn trust. You guys, the T word, trust, is so important because people are watching you. And I bet if I were to ask you to raise your hand again, many of you would. This opportunity, our products, our systems, our challenge groups, usually are someone's last resort. It could be a last resort, or something has happened in their life that has triggered the need to do this, right? So if you're not consistent, they are just going to find someone that is, because the last thing that they don't need is an inconsistent coach that's not going to inspire action in them because they can't get their own ish together, right? So you've got to show up. This is key because that's how you build trust. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have a six pack. You don't have to any of that. But you got to work hard every day. You got to show people that you are walking the walk and you're talking the talk. All right? Mind, body, and then people. And there's no other quote in the history of quotes that summarizes network marketing and what we do better than Zig Ziglar's quote that says you can have everything in life that you want if you will just help other people get what they want. Whether that's a customer that comes on board to lose weight, you help them achieve that. And yes, people will quit. You guys, I totally get that. I'm not saying that I live in this perfect bubble, that everybody that joins me loses 50 pounds and every coach that joins me sells 85 challenge packs. That's not the way that this works. But if you can find the people that want to be helped and that you can help because they are ready to be helped, your life will change. Right? You will feel completely rewarded by the people that you help gain their health. It is the most beautiful feeling in the world when someone thanks you for helping them, regain their health and vitality. I mean, it's amazing. And then on the business side, if you have coaches that have goals for themselves and you take at least a small part of their success, it is amazing and transformative for your life. It's all about people. It's about sincere, caring, and intent. All right? Go out there and help people. That is what this business is about. Stop worrying about how you're going to do it and just focus on why you're going to do it. So here's our gut check moment for you guys, and I'm almost done, right? The topic or the title of this presentation was what it means to go all in, right? And a lot of people say, I'm all in, Christina, I'm all in, I'm doing this. Yes, I am so going to do this, right? I'm going to be a diamond, I'm going to be a star diamond, do all these things. But they're working in minimums and not maximums. You need to stretch yourself, right? When you set goals for the month, for the quarter, for the year, for whatever, you can't work in terms of minimums. Even if you set goals that are so high that you quite possibly cannot achieve them in the near future, you've got to push yourself, right? Instead of setting a goal of sponsoring one coach, or instead of saying, I'm just going to hit Success Club 5, push yourself to 10, to 20, and then work towards that big number. Because if you're constantly setting minimums, guess what you're doing? You're going to work in terms of minimums, and you're never going to get ahead of the momentum bell curve. You're always going to try to be catch up. You're never going to be ahead of it riding the wave, right? It's the pumping of the well, right? You got to pump and the water rises, but you got to keep pumping in order for it to fill. This, as soon as you let that handle go and you're not pumping as hard, you're not pumping as fast, and you're not doing it with as much intention as you were, guess what? The water goes down, and it becomes increasingly more difficult to bring that water back up. You have to stretch yourself. If you have a big goal, if you have a big life's dream for what this business can provide to you and to your family, you have to work in terms of maximums and not minimums. And then I'll just end here with one of my favorite quotes, because it's one of those things where it like hits you over the head with a hammer. Like, why am I not working harder? Why am I not learning the business? Why am I not doing whatever it takes to be successful? Because you guys, this business that we're in, this company that we're a part of, is so incredible, right? In terms of what you can do with it, how it can change your life, and the very multifaceted way that it can do that: health, finances, community, travel, all of that stuff is, ask yourself, why am I not doing it? And what is holding me back? Figure that out and bust through it. Bust through it, because in the time that it takes you to graduate from a 4-year university, and get a job that pays you $40,000 a year or less, and then have to struggle your way up. I know, because I did it. Struggle your way up to the top. You could take that same amount of time, invest in your business, invest in yourself, learn this shit, and work really hard, and you can come out in 4 years on top with amazing growth potential ahead of you, where you're your own boss, you're calling the shots, you have no one to tell you what to do, and you are living an amazing life. So ask yourself, are you willing to do that? Right? So I'll end with, it's amazing how people think 4 years is a long time to succeed in a business, but think it's all right to stay broke at a job for 40 years. I love that. All right, guys, I have to check oh, no, I'm getting people fired up over here. I want to check the chat, but does anyone have any questions on that? Can you unmute yourselves? I'm not sure. But you guys, I wanted to share that with you guys because I felt like it's important that you understand, looking at someone that has been in the business for a long time, my perspective on what it means to go all in, right? I don't like withholding secrets. And the number one thing that I get asked is, how did you do it? Right? How did you grow this while working as a lawyer, working as a full-time busy with 2 babies at home, because DJ was like a little baby. I can't tell you what it is other than I was just drawn to do this. I had a why that was powerful. I had a vision that was big, and it was that 10, the prerequisites. They were on target for me. I believed I could be successful. I made a decision to be successful. I grew as a leader. I ruled my mindset. I mean, all those things, it was like check, 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 and I just worked, right? So I want you guys to digest this and then turn around and turn how you feel right now into energy, and then turn that energy into action, right? Because you can feel good right now, and you could be fired up, and you could be all those things, but if tomorrow you don't wake up with that sense of purpose and that direction, then it's going to be an hour wasted tonight, right? Can we agree to that? That we're going to turn it into action, that we're going to get our backpacks, that we're going to get into fearless recruiting, that we're going to do all of those things. Okay? Yes? Good. Are there any questions? Let me see. Yes. How? Like I said, I wish I had like I can't. I worked hard. All right, let me see. Ooh, Jamie, 15 stars. Is that what, Jamie? Christy? Nice. I love it. I'm looking for any questions here. Oh, Sylvia. Yes, you need to believe in yourself, Sister Pie. Let's see. All right, so there's no questions there. Yay, I just earned my go, Marta. Marta just earned her backpack. All right, guys. Your go-to leadership resource, John Maxwell. Absolutely, 100% John Maxwell. I mean, every book that he's written are basically leadership books. So he has a leadership workbook that's really good. In next month, a bunch of us are going to Entre Leadership to hear him speak. Like, I just follow the teachings of John Maxwell. He's so good. All right, guys, I will post a recording to this call. I love you. Let's go earn our backpacks and grow our businesses. And I will talk to you later. Mwah. Bye.